We welcome you back. The Killer Loop Manhattan Beach Open presented by Paul Mitchell. Getting set for final action. 5, 10, 15, 20,000 fans spread out all over the beach. This is the way it was, however, back in 1984. Smith and Stoklos on D. An early look at the kings of the beach, who would reign supreme. But now the question, can the Kings come back? A lot of fans down here. Yes, it's a beautiful place to be on a 4th of July weekend. They are hoping that Smith and Stoklos can come back. Of course, Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes, they certainly have their legion of followers. Chris Marlowe with Paul Sunderland. And we are just about set. Kiraly and Steffes, Smith and Stoklos. The wind is brisk coming off the water. Sun is still out, very, very hot. As these two giants of volleyball, I think, Paul, all the fans wanted to see this matchup.
We like this matchup. There are about 20,000 people packed in on the parking lot, on the pier. This is the matchup they wanted. It can be a great final match if Smith and Stoklos can find that second win. That's the key for them. They've got to get off to a good, solid start.
How about these for series notes? 10 out of 11 meetings. Smith and Stoklos, 4 straight losses in the finals at Seal Beach last year. Paul, you told me a little earlier the last time these two teams met in the final was at the tournament in Boulder, and Smith and Stoklos.
15-1, Kiraly and Steffes just hammered them, and that was the tournament that has really set the stage for Kiraly and Steffes to become a dominant team. They started jump serving like animals in that tournament. Bobby Clark up on top, our head referee.
And Greg Krause is the umpire. Once again, Bobby Clark, the only American referee that is going to be doing work in Barcelona. He'll be working, so quite an honor for Bobby Clark. So he is known kind of as a liberal referee. I think I once called him the Jerry Brown of referees. You got to really mangle it to get it, and we will see. Kent Steffes, 6'4", 210, quite a career. He has had 10 wins and 3 seconds this year. He's already won $130,000. The #1 player in the sport at the tender age of 24. So here we go. Steffes with the ball, blue shorts, black hat, and he drives one right into the bottom of the net. So Smith and Stoklos, as Paul told you, have to get out quickly if they can. Smith and Stoklos got off to a horrible start. 132 wins, but none in his last 10. Played for Randy Stoklos virtually his entire career, but he has had wins with a number of other partners. Tell you about those in a moment. Smith with no score.
That's set to start.
And Smith digs it into the crowd. So a chance there for Smith and Stoklos. With both teams a little tentative coming out. And Karch with the pink hat will serve. Why does he wear a pink hat, Paul?
Well, he's got a nice sponsor that likes pink, and the name across the front of it, it's Bausch & Lomb, owner of Killer Loop, the title sponsor to this particular tournament. They've had a long-standing relationship with Karch Kiraly. And Steffes and Kiraly, 2 service errors back-to-back, not the kind of start they would have anticipated.
Look at Randy Stoklos, tremendous talent, 113 wins. And they'll try Steffes. Steffes right down the line. So Smith blocking Steffes early, a little change in strategy.
Again, just hoping to work themselves into this match. Don't care if they're down 3-2, maybe even 6-4 at the side change, but want to press at the end to try to take this game to 15 and get into that double final where anything can happen. Great play.
Oh, yes!
Look at that. That's what happens when you're fresh and you've been back at the hotel or over at Steve Timmons' new house on the Strand, resting, watching television. You can make athletic plays like that because you've got fresh legs. Kiraly with the block, the field goal, change of direction, and here comes Kent Steffes over the top with the desperation save. Turns out to be a winner.
Kiraly and Steffes invented the tactic of serving Stoklos every time, and it has paid off. As Paul told you, he is tired. He has done a lot of work, but Randy in pretty darn good shape to do all the work that he does. We'll see how effectively he blocks. Not a good situation for Smith-Stoklos to have Smith at the net and Stoklos chasing.
When you serve Randy Stoklos, it really diminishes 2 key areas. He doesn't jump serve as tough, and he doesn't block as many balls, and that's just because he's fatigued.
Kent, Smith with a dig, and Stoklos has to play it over. He touched it. Karch. Oh, and Stokey stuffs it. See ya.
Big blocking move by Randy Stoklos, moving his hands, moving his feet to get in front of Karch Kiraly. Look at Stoklos. Not that big a move. Actually, he just hung his right hand out on the line. Karch trying to hit the ball outside him. Stokey says no way.
Smith, his team leading. Oh, let's check that score. 1-1, tied early. And so now Karch will serve it up. A lot of speculation about Karch going back to the Olympic team. 50 career wins. He can get 51 today. Ironically, he won 18 of those with St. John Smith. Steffes with the block back on Stoklos.
Returning the favor against Randy Stoklos. Steffes was not a good blocker 2 years ago. He was improved last year. He's a much better blocker this year. I think playing with Karch Kiraly helps him. But look at the big blocking move. You just cannot be static up there. You got to move your hands, move in front of the hitter.
That's the move that most players say you have to utilize against Randy Stoklos. You have to try to block that cross-court hit because he hits it so hard, he'll sizzle you if he doesn't.
And you can't just funnel to the defender. It's coming 90 miles an hour. And here we come again.
That's
the ball that you must try to take away. Kiraly and Steffes have gotten off to a very bad start with their service game. They missed 2 serves in a row. Since then, they've just been patty caking the ball into play. They need to serve much, much tougher against Smith and Stoklos.
Working on Karch.
Line! Line!
Saying line, and Karch just banging. We watched Karch in warm-ups, and he was really elevating. Getting up high, and so now Steffes. Won 16 already with Kent Steffes. Steffes with $520,000 won so far in his career. And 130 this year. They say he might make a $500,000 this year. And a little tip shot off Karch. Nicely done.
Whether it's a $500,000, it's going to be awfully close to it in a princely sum. He's pretty much wrapped up the Miller Lite Grand Prix pool. That's another $75,000 on top of the prize money and some huge money tournaments coming down the way. Smith to serve.
And a good call by Steffes. Cut, 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 cut.
Well, you have to repeat it once, twice, whatever it takes. After you set the ball, you have got to look at the defense and give your partner some good information. There you see the hand signal.
Now, 2, and they only have 1 hand down. They're serving Stoklos. Good save by Smith, and Kent has it. Look for a babushki on this one. On the left, Stokey blocks.
Karch shooting.
And he gets it in there.
Boy, you could see that coming. Karch was thinking about it. Stoklos set in good blocking posture. Just going ahead and shooting the ball on 2. Stoklos doing a super job blocking early, stopping Steffes, and Karch just takes a look and over the top of Stoklos for the score.
I mentioned about Karch Kiraly's decision not to return to the national team. Interestingly, Steve Timmons and the USA team playing at the Great Western Forum tonight here in Los Angeles, California. They go off at about 7 o'clock against the Brazilians, and I'm told by Jeannie Buss, Timmons' wife, good seats are available, so a chance to get out and see the Olympic team in action down at the Great Western Forum.
I saw these same 2 teams play, Chris, down in San Diego. The United States won 3-0, qualified for the Final 4 of the World League. But Brazil is an exciting team. The United States playing well also. And watch for Brian Ivey. I know we both think he's going to be a superstar of the future. Well, he's playing very well right now.
3-1 is our score. Stoklos and Steffes with a magnificent pass, and he puts it away.
Boy, they made a very tough side-out try look run-of-the-mill. That was a very, very tough pass.
And a timeout.
Timeout, 2 minutes.
Did they call a timeout? Yeah. No, that was a point, right?
No, that's just a side out. I don't understand the side out call. We'll try to get more information for you.
All right, we'll take a short break. We'll have it sorted out for you. The scoreboard reads Kiraly and Steffes 3, Smith Stoklos 1. Final action. Have you ever heard of a mystery call? We just had a mystery timeout. We don't know who called it, why they called it, but everybody sat down for 2 minutes, and we took it. Smith and Stoklos coming back. They are trailing 3-1. It was not a sign change, not a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, and Smith and Stoklos say thank you very much. They're down 3-1.
Who are they thanking, though? Who did it?
Well, somebody in the audience, one of their fans, said, let's take a TO, and off we went.
3-1, Kiraly and Steffes. Can this help Smith and Stoklos? Let's see. Kiraly, oh, bad bump. Steffes, oh, he thumps it. Boy, is he athletic now. When he gets to that net, look out. You better have the blocker up there.
He's athletic, strong, and you only make those kind of plays when you've been lifting weights, working hard. Look at the adjustment. Stoklos got a block on that play. Bad pass. Blocker cannot bail out.
I didn't think he could get there, though, Paul. I give him a little credit there. I didn't think he could get there. And the loop shot out of bounds. So that is going to be another point for Karai and Steffes. And this time we'll go. Coming back to Manhattan Beach, the Dream Team ahead of the Kings of the Beach, 4-1. We're coming back. Presented by Paul Mitchell. Let's take a history lesson. Let's go back. Vintage volleyball footage circa 1981. John Stevenson on the right. His partner Jim Mayes. Who are they playing in this one? Yeah, Randy Stoklos and St. John Smith. Who won it? Stokey and Smith. As we come back to you live from Manhattan Beach, California, Chris Marlowe with Paul Sunderland, a bird's eye view. Ryan Steffes leading here in a championship final over Smith Stoklos. Stoklos got it. That's a good shot by Randy. That's a tough one to block, that high heater.
Ball set in the middle of the court. Stoklos' favorite shot is turning the ball back across his body, but still able to hit the ball high, hard, and most importantly, deep.
We should tell you that Killer Loop Sunglasses by Bausch & Lomb will be presenting the Killer Loop Kill Award today. Whoever has the most kills in the final game or match will receive $500. Steffes. Over him, out of bounds.
Hit it out of bounds. A couple of unforced errors back-to-back cost each team a point. Smith and Stoklos need help exactly like that. Karai and Steffes have not made many errors over the last month and a half like this. Steffes, with lots of court to hit into, just hooks the ball out of bounds. That's what it's going to take, a little help from Karai and Steffes hitting the ball out of bounds, but I just don't think you're going to see it.
Tough to dig that Karch-Karai cut shot. And so now Steffes will have the ball. Steffes and Karai have won 2 out of 3 majors this year. We're counting Clearwater, Boulder, and Chicago. This the 4th.
Still serving very easily right now, both Karai and Steffes. They missed their first couple and then did not have much success serving the ball. And I think it's taken them out of their service game a little bit early. St. John Smith, lots of success at Manhattan with a couple of different players.
Been very, very versatile. That's the sign of a great player. As Steffes thumps it through. Karch-Karai and Kent Steffes have both won this team a few times. Karch-Karai, his first win back in 1980 with St. John Smith. St. John Smith's first win 1979 with Jim Menges. Karch has also won with Brent Frohoff, and Kent Steffes did it the last couple of years.
One with Ricky Ludy. Not a sanctioned tournament, however.
Still a win at Manhattan. Stoklos got through.
Steffes a little bit early that time, reaching up with Randy Stoklos instead of just pressing over the net, worried about taking away the angle. Was on his way down when the ball hit his hand.
4-2, Karai Steffes. Working on Karch.
Tight set.
And off the net. Stoklos not blocking, Karch putting it away.
Kind of a funny play. Karai was expecting a set much more towards the middle of the court. Steffes kind of shanked it to the outside. Karai stayed with it, but Stoklos gave up on it in terms of blocking.
I believe that's full-on hand extended. That means I'm going to take ball, try to stuff the ball. Let's see where Steffes goes with his jump serve.
No.
He goes into the rafters, out of bounds. So Smith, his last Manhattan win, 1989 with Randy Stoklos. And a snap down by Karch-Karai. Now we're talking about Karch-Karai on the Olympic team. I hear Scott Fortune is playing very, very well as his replacement.
I think Scott Fortune is a solid volleyball player, and that's what he needs to do in the Olympic Games. Not make many errors, make his contribution. But is he a Karch-Karai? No. And he'd tell you the same thing.
Stoklos! Oh, wow. Sizzled the pits of Steffes, almost took off the head of the pinky loop.
That was a sizzle. That was a sizzling decapitation. Watch this. Sizzling the pits against the blocker right there, and then Karchi just ducks out of the way of the guillotine.
Stoklos hitting hard. Doesn't appear anything is wrong with his shoulder today. Karch and cutting inside. So Smith blocking again when Stoklos serving. Strategy they're using.
Karch-Karai now has established his ability to slice and chop off the angle. Here leads with 8 kills, contending for the Killer Loop Kill Award. But watch Karch now that he's established the angle. That's completely opened up the line for him as well offensively.
Karch taking ball once again. Let's see if he can do it. Stoklos. Pretty good dig. Kent lobbing.
Line. Here we go.
Rejected by Stoklos. Can he do another one? No!
Stoklos doing almost everything. Blocking once, blocking twice, but Kirai and Steffes just right there with excellent ball control, taking advantage of point scoring opportunities.
Timeout call.
And a timeout taken, the first by Smith and Stoklos. 30-second variety. Should tell you 6 minutes, 5 seconds to go. 5-2, Karch and Kent. Third place today, Brian Lewis and Craig Muthart, and a solid performance by Brooke Vandeweghe and his partner Dan Verbalovich in fourth. They played very, very well.
And had a chance to beat Smith and Stoklos. That one on time, an unbelievable competition. The tour continues to move around the country, and next week we're going to be in the city of brotherly love in Philadelphia. And it gets hot back east, and then we go to Belmar Beach, and then you and I are off to the Olympics, Chris, and then you'll get Bill McDonald and Steve Obradovich for a couple. 6 or 7 stops left on the Pro Beach Tour version 1992.
Live from Manhattan Beach, California, our first live beach volleyball event on Prime Network, and we are glad to bring it to you wherever you may be around the country. St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos, Karch Kirai and Kent Steffes, the 4 top superstars in the game right now. Stoklos tipping off the hands of Kirai. He gets the touch. So St. John Smith will go back to serve.
Smith and Stoklos not scoring very much from the service line right now. St. John doesn't have a lot of heat on his jump serve, but very good at moving it around.
Poke!
That's tight. That's tight.
Oh, and Stokey puts the snuff on Steffes.
Setting mistake by Karch Kirai. Bad set, too close to the net. But Steffes should not get blocked on this play. You got to just knuckle the ball into Stoklos and get it back for another swing. You're not going to get that by Stoklos.
No nookie on that, baby. Just eat leather.
No nookie, no nookie, no nothing.
Oh, and a drill shot off the chest. Steffes coming right back with hard heat.
This match very similar to the semifinal match between Smith, Stoklos, Lewis, and Muthart. Smith Stoklos looked like they were out of it early. They crept back in. They looked like they were out of it late. They crept back in. Kirai and Steffes have got to try to put them away.
Steffes going for one of the all-time great years. You saw that finalist. Unbelievable. 14 out of 15. That's off Steffes. He can't. Could he have gotten that again?
Yes. Can play that again. It was one blocking attempt, even though it hit his hands twice. He could have played this ball once again. It would have counted as 2 contacts. See, that's one blocking attempt, okay? Ball rattles.
So he should have gone and got it.
He could have gone and played the ball once again.
5-3, Kirai and Steffes.
Tight set again.
Smith right there. Good-looking chance for a point. Smith. Got it.
Transitioning right now. Karch Kirai setting the ball a little bit too close to the net for his partner, Kent Steffes. Kent not able to get a good swing. And nobody better at setting in transition than Randy Stoklos and St. John Smith, all the shots in the book.
Beautiful shot that time by Smith. They pulled to within 4-5. Keep in mind, the double final very short today, so Smith and Stoklos have a chance. Smith with a dig.
Watch the flipper.
Oh, what is Stoklos doing? Why didn't he jump? He was at the net. Steffes just got a patty cake in there. Stoklos may be out of gas.
Yeah, he's tired. He's tired. No doubt about it. This is, you know, a tremendous display of toughness physically and mentally for both Smith and Stoklos to be out here competing. This is their 6th match of the day. It's a gorgeous day in Southern California, but a roaster for Pro Beach Volleyball.
So Stoklos has been doing a lot of work, and Kirai and Steffes know it. They're keeping on him.
Not serving very tough, though.
Stoklos blocked. Smith against Karch, his former partner, and he drills high.
Tight set, much like what Kent Steffes got earlier, but St. John Smith so adept at getting himself out of trouble. You set him too tight, he hits into the block or hits high flat. Kirai here jumping out into the line. Now watch Smith. We don't get to see an end of the replay, but St. John's got great trouble shots.
That time the serve travels long, and Karch will have the ball back.
Very little, if any, breeze here. The sun into the eyes of Kirai and Steffes, but no real good side, bad side situation here.
You're saying the sun is in the eye of the beholder?
Well, it's in the eye of the lead holder right now.
That jump serve hitting the guide rope that ties into a piece of wood under the sand.
But a sign that Kirai and Steffes, I think particularly Kirai, frustrated with their inability to serve the ball tough, trying to go for an ace there.
Stoklos blocking Karch. Can't do it. Karch pumps one up. So Kirai and Steffes leading here by 4. 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the game. See Karch. He'll put his hand behind his back. And he'll do the little flipper with the 5 fingers. That was it. And then they're going to Stoklos. And the serving for Kirai and Steffes has been pathetic. Wind has dropped hard to jump serve now.
And been one of the true keys to their success over the last month and a half. When they're not jump serving well, they get a lot more mortal. Change of pace early with the sky ball.
Ooh. I'll tell you what, a number of people have suggested that a great way to attack Kirai and Steffes is to serve the sky ball very deep to Karch, make him bump it high, and let Steffes try to set that and toss a couple.
Put the pressure on Kent Steffes to set the ball that's passed about 25 feet up to the net.
5 serving 4.
Oh, Steffes. The improved blocking of Kent Steffes. Well, I'll tell you, he doesn't get that ball 2 years ago, but now it's an easy score.
So Steffes putting up the wall. We'll come back. 6-4, Kirai and Kent. We welcome you back. 6-4, Kirai and Steffes leading Smith and Stoklos. We're live from Manhattan Beach, California. Killer Loop Manhattan Beach Open, and Karch Kirai, his squad in control at the moment, leading by 2. And this time, a couple serves now going to Smith. And he tapes it. Karch with a diving save. Karch chopping. Smith is there. Stoklos. Oh, it went though. Back over. Ken Stokey. Does he have enough gas to put it away? Stokey. Not yet. Steffes. Fabulous play.
Nobody!
No!
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice hand for a fantastic rally?
I'll tell you, some great hustle by these great teams, but not much in terms of execution. Steffes all over this play, what should be an easy chance to score. Pretty conservative here. That ball's set 6-8 feet off the net, and Steffes hits it in the top of the tape. No block up. Big play for Smith and Stoklos. Got to be feeling great, except they're so tired. The last thing they need is marathon rallies.
Aced it. Stoklos gets it. Now 5 serving 6.
Don't let the Kings hang around. They'll come back and bite you.
And Steffes takes time out.
When was the last time you remember Kirai and Steffes taking a timeout? Been a long time.
Well, that rally was a little tiring, I think, for both teams. Steffes walking over, now going to sit down in his little box over there. Stoklos sits down. I think all players gassed a little, except Karch, who stands out there like a monument. He's the only guy out there, and he's mad.
And right now, Randy Stoklos visiting at the end line with his coach, Mark Barber. There you see the run. Powers and Lewis, Fort Worth, Mir and Wirtz. We're talking about the victims here. Smith Stoklos, Mick Stoklos, Hovland and Dodd, Smith Stoklos again, and last week Johnson and Ludies. And during that timeout, Randy Stoklos going over and visiting with his personal coach, Mark Barber, sitting in the front row getting a little strategical advice.
5 serving 6. Doug. Stokey. Got it.
Steffes having some trouble siding out right here.
Well, Karch, that was a terrible set by Karch.
Yeah, I've mentioned it several times throughout the course of this match that Karch not setting the ball particularly well. Early he was setting the ball too tight. Now he's setting the ball a good distance off the net.
See if Stoklos stays with Steffes. No. Oh, gosh. Stokey can't get there.
I tell you, Kirai and Steffes are struggling with their ball control right now. Sometimes that 5-hour break, which is what they had in today's tournament, is a little bit too long. You get out of the rhythm, you get out of that mental imagery, and they're not passing or setting the ball very well right now.
Karch's favorite position right now. He dug in, hands on his shorts, as we talked about in the beach bag. Could that be a sign he's getting a little tired? I don't think so.
No,
Karch,
he's fresh as a daisy. They're just not playing very well.
Not playing well at the moment. But give credit to Smith and Stoklos.
Stoklos serving very well the last couple of times through.
I'll tell you something, Paul. You know, Smith and Stoklos had Karch and Kent come out and hammered them. I think they might have gone away, but they sense a little opening now. They sense weakness on the side of Karai and Steffes, and they're playing up. They've stepped their game up.
They're seeing some unforced errors. That's what I talked about, getting your second win. Smith and Stoklos have played their way into this championship match. They didn't warm up hardly at all. They don't want to waste the energy. So it was important that they stay close in the early stages of this match.
Off of the net, yeah, put it behind you.
So Karai has the ball. We're tied at 6, 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the game. Bobby Clark saying, get that towel off there so it doesn't interfere. Here comes Karch.
Serving a little bit harder.
Oh, Lord! Call out the bomb squad.
Stokey looking down the beach.
Watch the bounce.
Look at that.
Oh, man.
Did we say that Stoklos was exhausted?
No, you said it.
Well, what's this we business, huh?
I think he's got his second win just a bit, Paul. He's conserving his energy, picking his spots.
When you're in great shape, you can get into that zone, and it's cooled off a little bit. It's now almost 5:30. The temperature has dropped. We're not talking about 80, 90 degrees. It's probably in the mid-70s, and they're feeling better and better as this match wears on.
Weather side not great.
Yes.
At least they're passing and setting great. Now Steffes is right there to gobble one. No. Smith. Yes.
That shot. You could hear Karai yell over him, over him.
Wrong him.
Yeah, well, but instead, Steffes didn't listen and went with a cut shot right to St. John Smith, who was waiting in the angle.
6-6. And so Smith clearing the runway. Here comes jump serve.
Gotta come.
Stoklos jamming! The Kings take the lead for the first time.
I'm not tired. I've gotten some vittles in my system during the semifinals and finals. Nice dig, and then that's just a strong-looking joust from Stoklos.
So Smith will have the serve. Stoklos patrolling at the net, starting to dominate up front.
Bad set. Boy, not controlling the ball well.
Chance to go to 8-6.
Steffes is in the net.
8-6.
4 straight points for Smith and Stoklos.
What a performance. What a comeback by the Kings so far. Karai and Steffes, they're just in a zone right now. They're in a spell. Bad spell.
Bad spell, exactly. They're taking a few divots and just can't get into the rhythm. Great play by Karai, but it's whistled dead because of the net on his partner. Look at that. Another unforced error. And the Kings are looking very good.
Smith Stoklos by 3 when we come back to Manhattan Beach, to beautiful Manhattan Beach, California. Chris Marlowe with Paul Sunderland. This is final action. Karai and Steffes led 6-4. All of a sudden, it is 9-6. See where to get a rule book. And we're back to the action. Karai inside the block. Side out.
Karch will go back to serve. 6 serving 9, 3-13.
Karai and Steffes shut out on that last side chain sequence. There you see all the information. To get a rule book, send $7, a stamped return address envelope, 5x7, so we can fit the book in there, and the AVP will send you off the rule book.
And Smith dumps it right through the block. So Smith and Stoklos, after being behind early, have really come along here now. Done with some tremendous defense, but true honest reporting, you have to say that Karai and Steffes have helped them out with some shabby play.
Ball control has been bad from Karai and Steffes. And tentative as we go along. That's a great shot.
Now I'm wondering, if I'm Smith and Stoklos now, do you keep it on Kent? It seems Karch is having trouble setting the ball.
I think
or go back to Karch.
I think they're both having trouble. Right now, I would keep it on Karch. It seems that Steffes is having a little more trouble with his overall game right now. I'd make him set the ball. I'd make him handle it. And they're not serving very well either. Smith and Stoklos doing a great job of siding out, no matter what is put at them by Karai and Steffes right now.
We have less than 3 minutes to play in this game. Smith and Stoklos by 3. They need to win this one and then win our mini double final. Smith trying to shorten the game a little here now. Smart play. Send it up. Can't.
Blocked. That's Stoklos, Steffes, and Steffes.
So
Getting on him.
Feeling good. Arch Garay has won this tournament the last 2 years.
This is a pretty good looking play until right there. Randy Stoklos making the good move.
Another almost. Boy, Stoklos just missed that one. Side out, Karchin Kent.
I'll tell you, Steffes is having his problems right now getting the ball past Randy Stoklos.
Fans are quiet. They're wondering about Garay and Steffes now. What's happened to the Dream Team? Is this the team that has won 7 in a row?
Yes, it is. But it's not the team. It's not. Those 7 victories came from another level of performance. Chance to score here.
Karch gobbles that one up. Should be a point. And it is.
Good call by Steffes. That's one of the things that's missing from their game right now. You don't really hear Garay and Steffes talking to each other much right now. Obviously, they've gone through a very, very bad spell, but they got to keep communicating and talking to each other, really reinforcing it.
Ooh, good eyes. 4 of them. Smith and Stoklos, they watch that ball go out.
Timeout, Smith and Stoklos.
Now let's see this time if Stoklos serves, who blocks, Smith, or does Stokey go to the net?
Stokey's coming on Steffes. That's the matchup they want.
St. John, no, it just missed. Smith was there, but it just shanked off his arm just a bit.
Boy, he was there defensively, and Steffes maybe not cutting the ball off quite as sharply as Smith anticipated. Should have made that play defensively.
You know, Paul, you talked about St. John Smith, the injury he suffered. He's had some problems with his knee. He's not wearing his knee brace in this one. Did you notice that?
No, looks good.
10-7.
And not getting served, so not having to jump nearly as much.
Smith off Karch. Former partners exchanging at the net. Former teammates at UCLA. They won a national championship together back in 1979 for Al Skates and UCLA. The Bruins. Karch and Kent split. Stokey getting most of the work. Well, they're having some trouble with that baby. Kent. Oh, and Smith
is on the cut shot. He missed one that he should have had, and this one he had a bead on it, but just cut off a little too finely. And the sky ball is really causing Garay and Steffes some problems. Smith serving the sky ball deep to Kent Steffes. The ball come into Garay with lots of spin, traveling a long distance. Karch not able to set the ball with his hands.
Karch and Kent like Steffes to take the sky ball. If you're strategizing or whatever, serve it back to Karch and make him bump it up. Make him bump it way high and see if Steffes goes for it with his hands.
Pretty good looking set.
And a pretty good dig. Steffes. Smith got it.
Ball control mistake once again. Not an easy chance, but those are exactly the kind of plays that Garay and Steffes have been making routinely throughout this stretch of 7 consecutive victories. Bump set, not an easy play, but the last thing you want to do is bump set the ball over the net.
Key portion of this game, which team has the will to keep siding out, to be steady, not to give up points.
Steffes and Garay have not served the ball well. They've let a handful of point-scoring opportunities go by the board, and they have continued to have trouble serving the ball in the court.
Let's check on service errors when we get a moment. That's the 3rd one I can remember. That's 4.
But that's 7 as a team.
Okay, let's see.
Aces, zip.
Steffes does to the bump. And Smith, a fabulous dig. Can he put it away? No.
Huge play. Big break for Garay and Steffes. St. John Smith with the super dig. And this is a very good set. Look at St. John Smith still playing tremendous defense. Stokey Pretty good set. St.
Boy, I
having
tell
to
you,
come
drew it
way
way inside, though.
Right, but that's a point-scoring opportunity. No block. Tough chance, but a big, big play in this match.
Are you surprised that Stoklos didn't take that with his hands?
Yes.
Little, huh? Been called for a couple of throws today in earlier matches that we watched.
Well, I think that, again, a sign of fatigue. I mean, he's got tremendous hands, but you really control the ball with your legs, getting to the ball early.
Karch, boom!
Trying to match Stoklos with bounces. Both of them going hard line.
So both.
Stoklos wins the bouncing contest so far.
Yeah, he had one that just thumped up. And so now Steffes will serve on the left side. Stoklos, and once again, Karch taking ball if he can get it. Stokie. Gotta come over. Smith got it again. So St. John Smith playing very, very steadily on the right side.
Boy, Smith and Stoklos are just controlling the ball beautifully. And that's the last thing you'd expect, the many hours they've spent out on this Sunday in Southern California. Sky ball once again.
1 minute, 28 seconds to go in the game. So Smith trying to shorten it up. Ryan Steffes running out of time to score points. And easily goes Karch. So Karch and Kent really got to get it going now.
Yeah, I think a very smart move by St. John Smith to go with the sky ball. He's taking time off the clock. This thing winds down to 0. They've won the game and are even with 1 loss apiece, and anything can happen in a double final to 3 points.
The mini double.
Or 1 minute.
Stoklos. Oh, and he sizzles one hard. Stoklos, when he comes in like that, he's looking.
Hey, he's the freight
hard
train.
angle. Yeah.
He is the freight train. He's going right into the tunnel, and he's hitting it no place but hard cross court. Steffes has got to move the block way in. Kurai's there, but doesn't want to risk his life getting in front of that. Stoklos now lobbing the ball.
Smith can't get there. Well, Smith and Stoklos know they keep going this pace. The same stuff happens. They win this game.
They're siding out, something that they have not done well over the last month and a half or so. They have not won since Phoenix, the weekend of April 11th and 12th. So Smith and Stoklos siding out better than they have in a long time.
Not good in the finals this year. They were very, very good in the finals last year. Steffes and Kurai unable to put a lot of pressure on Smith and Stoklos, at least in this game so far. So now Steffes, let's see if he can get his jump serve in. Sweating a lot, and he should be. It's hot. Been a roaster, as you said, Paul. Get the peanuts out and lay them out there. Smith, tight set. Oh, stop.
Boy, as good as St. John Smith is at getting out of trouble, that was like just throwing meat on the fire. That was getting into the bar trap. Karch is just so far over the net, no place to go.
Stoklos went over and wiped off his hands. So maybe that thing snuck through just a bit.
No wind at all to cool down the playing area.
10-8. Smith and Stoklos have the lead. See Stoklos, line angle. Smith said,
hit it.
I'm going to hit it.
And you know where it went? Field goal in between Kurai's arms.
So Smith and Stoklos in great shape here. Keep in mind that time runs out, that the team ahead, be it only a point, wins. A minute to go. And Smith going high again. Crowd oohs and ahs. Oh, and Smith is right there to go to 11-8. This could seal it.
This could do it.
Karch. Oh, and Steffes can't get there. 11-8.
3-point lead with 47.7 seconds left. Smith and Stoklos coming back from the dead over and over and over again. Against Adam Johnson and Ricky Ludes, against Vanderwey and Vrabalovic, against Mutart and Lewis.
Karch and Kent, wouldn't be a bad idea to take a timeout right there. Kent is a mini Sandman over there. And Smith is clean. And Karch stoically in the position, waiting. Just under 48 seconds to play. Smith and Stoklos in control by 3. Karch, emphatic call that time.
Well,
Cut.
Kurai and Steffes got to be very, very frustrated with their level of play right now. They demolished everybody on the way to the finals. And to get into the finals against their arch rivals with a big advantage, having won the winner's bracket a long rest and then not to play well here has got to be really frustrating for them right now. But give a lot of credit to Smith and Stoklos. They have been siding out.
Stoklos, renewed vigor. Always a tournament during a summer that turns it around. Last year was Milwaukee. Smith and Stoklos coming back on Frohoff and Karai at the time. Could these fans be witnessing the rebirth of Smith and Stoklos this year? What an upset.
Yeah, I'd say yes. I say yes. This is, you know, San Diego. Smith and Stoklos took Karai and Steffes to the absolute limit. Double final. St. John Smith played great defense. They played very well as a team, Stoklos hitting and blocking, but they didn't win. If they win Manhattan, they are reborn for the rest of the season.
Back in the pennant race, 30 seconds to go. Steffes serving, trailing by 3.
Another service error for Kent Steffes, now with 5, Karai with 4, and no aces between them.
No pressure.
9 service errors.
Smith, he'll send it up again, won't he? With 28
absolutely.
seconds?
Absolutely. You send up the sky ball, it adds an additional 3 or 4 seconds to the rally, even if Karai and Steffes are able to side out right away. All he wants to do is take time off the clock right now.
And drive Karch deep, make Steffes bump it up there. Steffes. And he drills it. So not much time left. It appears Smith and Stoklos going to win this, barring something unusual. We've seen it a couple times this year.
More than once. More than once. But Karai needs an ace. I think he's got to be thinking ace here. He'll only get possession maybe 3 more times.
Got to get one here.
Tight set.
Little joust. Karch has it. Looking for a point.
Good shot.
And they
Good
get it.
shot. Maybe not an ace, but they get back within 2 with 14.4 seconds left.
So time running out. Smith and Stoklos hanging on. Manhattan Beach Open presented by Paul Mitchell. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland. Not much time left. The fans on the edge of their seats. $500 going to the Kill Loop Kill Award. But right now, 12 seconds left. It's 11-9. Steffes! So Steffes stuffs one with 18.5 seconds. Smith and Stoklos led 11-8.
If I'm Smith and Stoklos, I take a timeout right here. 9.5 seconds left. They've got a 1-point lead. I would take a moment and think about this side out. Not going to do it.
Karch trying to tie it up.
Easy serve.
Stoklos lobbing. Great shot.
What a tremendous shot.
One of Stoklos' best all time. A lob into the corner.
Boy, he has shown us the straight down, devastating crank, and he got that shot over that man right there. Karch Karai, certainly one of the quickest on the beach.
Smith and Stoklos have this. If Stoklos gets it in anywhere and it's high, the time should run out. However, at the King of the Beach last year, Akatubby served a sky ball with 3.8, and it came down with 1/10 of a second. Good play. And we're going to a mini double final. The Kings of the Beach have a chance to break through. When we come back, Smith and Stoklos, Karai and Steffes at Manhattan. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland back at Manhattan. We're live as St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos trying to break the streak. 7 wins in a row for Karch Karai and Kent Steffes. Trying to get the monkey off their backs. Explain the format quickly, Paul.
A game to 3 points or 1 minute on the rally clock. If they are still tied at the end of that time period, like 1-1, 2-2, then we will have a sudden death. We will switch sides after multiples of 2 points, 1 minute on the clock.
3 points.
That loss by Karai and Steffes ends a 31-match win streak in games on the AVP Pro Beach Volleyball Tour.
Bobby Clark, he's got the big assignment. Kent and Karch trying to get to number 8, and they're serving, which has betrayed them all day long. And the ball going to Smith and Stoklos. So the Kings trying to get back here. The first point is going to be a biggie. Smith going with a float serve. Kent nicely down the line, side out. Any side changes in this one, Paul?
Yes, multiples of 2.
Okay. Multiples of 2 points?
Yes. 2-0 side change, 1-1 side change.
Gotcha. Smith. Blocked. Oh, he chicken wings it up. Stoklos. Oh, and he hit it. Yes, he got a touch. Stoklos with a magnificent play.
And Karch in Greg Krause's face, the umpire down below. Look at that. Great cover. Lucky cover, quite frankly, if the ball goes anyplace else. Stoklos doesn't cover that ball.
Much like the cover play in San Diego. After Karch had slammed one down. And tapping it down the line side out. No score, 41 seconds to go. Playing to 3.
A real litmus test for Kent Steffes. He's struggled. He has not been smooth siding out. If they can win this match, somehow pull it out, I think it'll give them even more confidence for the rest of the year. Serving easy. Oh, great dig.
Karch stretching, can't get there. Keep in mind the streaks on the line. Smith and Stoklos hold the single-season consecutive win record of 10 back in 1986. Greg Lee and Jim Mayes hold the all-time record, held over 2 seasons, 75 and 76, at 13 wins. Karai and Steffes have 7. Trying to get to 8. Kent slicing it through. 29 seconds to go. Sudden death after this.
Boy, it just shows you what kind of players these 4 athletes are. Under this kind of pressure, just meticulous ball control, siding out.
Karch and Kent, keep in mind, have not had an ace all day. Stoklos. Nicely done.
Siding out very, very well. We're down to 23.7 seconds. We are scoreless. If it remains this way, we'll go sudden death.
Jumping. And a good call, a good listen. 18 seconds to go. Now Steffes, 5 serving errors so far in the final.
Just have to gather yourself, remember your technique, make a good toss.
Keeps it in. Smith, this could be it. Could be a point. Steffes, no, Smith and Stoklos can't go.
And we are under 10 seconds and a 1-0 lead, Karai and Steffes. Karai and Steffes, excuse me, Chris, talking about the strategy right here.
And what are they saying?
Well, let's serve the ball high. Let's create a 7.9-second rally. If Smith and Stoklos take longer than that just to side out, this match is over. Steffes is just going to lob the ball deep and try to take as much time as possible off the clock.
Smith and Stoklos need to side out before 7.5 seconds run out. They can
Down
do it.
5 now.
Dink score.
2.4 seconds left. This is Smith Stoklos' last chance to tie the score. Karai and Steffes side out. Manhattan Beach, 1992 is over.
Smith and Stoklos talking about it. 1 chance left here. If I'm Smith, you know what I'd do?
Sky ball.
I'd send up the sky
Sky
ball.
ball, absolutely. And he's going back to jump serve. I go with the sky ball.
Time will run out on this play. Kent. And that's it. Great performance by Smith and Stoklos.
They gave it their absolute all. 6 matches in a single day and took Karai and Steffes to the absolute limit, who were able to raise the level of their game at the end.
So Karai and Steffes, 8 in a row, still on track. They win the big one, Manhattan, 1-0. We'll be back. Well, it was some great volleyball. Karch Karai and Kent Steffes outlasting St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos. They lost the final 11-10, but then they squeaked it out 1-0. And what a heartbreaking, disappointing loss for the Kings of the Beach. They played tremendously, but just could not pull it out. But the streak stays alive. Live for another week. Karch Karai and Kent Steffes, I think they will tell you that they did not play well, but certainly the streak is intact. They have now won 8 in a row, and they win Manhattan. 1-0. Karch Karai and Kent